Yo, you want to know the difference between making t-shirts and actually selling t-shirts? Let's talk about it.
Big Sife.
Fat Man Scoop, Brooklyn Clan. What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Scoop. And right now, you watching the sensei, the number one, the king, my dude, Big Brando. He taught me, personally, me, Fat Man Scoop. All you gotta do is keep your mouth closed and your ears open. Listen to the man talk. That's knowledge personified right there, and I wouldn't trust nobody else but my dude, Big Brando. And I said it. Fat Man Scoop, Big Brando, let's go!
What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about making the t-shirt and actually selling the t-shirt. Now, for most people out there, you're probably like, man, it's the same exact thing. Making shirts, selling the shirt, it's all basically the same thing. It's really not. You have to remember that the content creator is showing you guys how to make the shirt, what transfers to buy, what heat press to buy, what blank t-shirts to buy, how to lay the transfer down, what heat settings they're at, what pressure setting they're at, what's the duration time. All of this stuff, like the tutorials that you see on my channel and other people's channel, is showing you how to make the shirt. What happens after you make the shirt? You got to sell that thing, right? A lot of people struggle with this, so they don't make videos about it. A lot of people haven't really grasped that part of the game yet. That's perfectly fine. There's millions of YouTube videos out there on how to make the shirt. I got them on my channel. Every other t-shirt content creator has it on their channel. Making the shirt, not the hard part. Selling the shirt, that's the hard part. When it comes to making the shirt, there's a million transfer companies out there. There's a million heat presses out there. There's different ways to do things. Screen print, DTG, DTF printers, white toners, sublimation, all of that stuff, right? The people on YouTube, the people on TikTok, the people on Instagram are showing you guys how they make the stuff. This is how I do it. This is my settings. This is what goes on. That information is all over the place for you. So learning how to make the shirt shouldn't be the hard part for you. That should be the very easy part of how to do it. All right, I want to invest in this heat press. I want to invest in these transfers. This is the blank t-shirts I want to use. Boom, let's go. Let's start the business. But what you have to remember is selling the t-shirt, selling the tumbler, selling the mugs, selling the products is the hard part. But also, that's the part of the business that's gonna bring in the money. Now, me personally, I don't know everything. I don't know everything about selling t-shirts and mugs. I don't know everything about online sales. I don't know everything about marketing. But what I do know is understanding my target audience helps me sell t-shirts. Understanding who I'm selling to helps me design stuff for that end user. Everything about my business is based around making the sale easy. What does that mean? Making the sale easy for me is offering a blank t-shirt that the end user is already used to wearing. So for example, I offer Pro Club t-shirts. The rest of the country, they don't care about Pro Club t-shirts. Here in California, we love Pro Club t-shirts. This is a staple in California. You can buy this t-shirt everywhere. The Ice Cream Man sells white and black Pro Club heavyweight t-shirts. Liquor stores, t-shirt warehouses, the swap meets, indoor swap meets. Pro Club is sold everywhere in California. From San Diego all the way up to the Bay, everybody knows what a Pro Club is. There's people that love them, there's people that hate them. Chances are, if you live in California, you've worn one sometime within your lifetime. So if I'm selling my t-shirts to an audience that loves to wear Pro Club t-shirts, I would be dumb not to offer Pro Club t-shirts to that audience, right? Pro Club is an oversized, boxy fitting t-shirt, very heavyweight, thick as can be, with a very tight collar. It's a specific fit and feel of a t-shirt. The people that wear this shirt, they wear it blank. That's their blank white t-shirt. That's their blank black t-shirt. They build outfits around those t-shirts. They know what it's like after you wash it. They know what it looks like after it's been dried. These customers know that shirt. So if my target audience wears that blank t-shirt, I'd be dumb not to offer that blank t-shirt, right? Knowing my target audience. How do I know that my target audience wears a blank t-shirt like that? How do I know that they like Pro Club? I know this because I look at their social media. I look at their Instagram page. I can spot a Pro Club t-shirt through a picture from far away in person. I know when a Pro Club t-shirt is brand new, and I know when that thing's been worn 3 or 4 times without it being washed. You can just tell. If you wear these t-shirts, you know. I know the audience for that. Looking at social media, me doing my research, that's how I do the research, is I look at the people I want to sell to and see what they're wearing. That's all it is. So after I see that and I do my research, I'm like, all right, these guys like Pro Clubs. This is somebody that would like my t-shirts, my t-shirt designs, now I have a potential customer, right? This is just me browsing Instagram, TikTok, just browsing. I could browse by location. I could browse by popular hashtags. I could browse by major events. There's all kind of different things that I can do to look for these target audience or look for my potential customers that I want to sell to. Social media is our best friend. As online store owners, if you don't have social media, you're doing yourself a disservice. And another thing is, if you have a brand page or business page, don't make it private. If it's private, nobody's going to find you. You want to make it public so everybody can find you. So with that being said, now I know who I want to sell to. Now I know what blank t-shirts I'm using. I'm making the sell easier on myself. The guys that love Pro Club, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, check out this soft ring spun cotton t-shirt that's fitted. It's lightweight, because I know they don't wear that. So I'm not going to offer that to them. So doing research on who I want to sell to is number one. Learning how to make t-shirts, I do that on my own time. What transfers to use and all that good stuff, equipment to buy. That's fine. Knowing who I want to sell to means more to me. Brand name and all that doesn't matter. Knowing exactly who I want to sell to makes the most sense to me, because now I know who to make designs for. I have somebody in mind. I know what they like. I know what their style is. I know what they gravitate towards. Why not make designs specifically for that person, right? Perfect example is the person that's wearing the Pro Club t-shirt. Chances are they would react better to old English fonts, tattoo style fonts, big bold lettering. They're not gonna react to softer style fonts, cartoony looking fonts. They're not gonna respond to that kind of stuff. So this gives me a better idea on how to make the design for a certain audience, right? I have to know what they're going to react to. I have to know what they relate to. This helps the sale be that much easier for yourself. See, what ends up happening is a lot of people watch videos on different blank t-shirt companies and what's trendy and what's in and all that stuff. And that's cool. Us as the content creators, we're giving you the information. What you have to do as the business owner or as the content consumer is figure out, okay, how does this fit within my business? Would this be beneficial for my business? Would this be something that I want to offer my customers? Will my customers react to that? Your customer has to come first. Every time you're thinking about designs, blank t-shirts, the way you're going to market, all of that stuff. Your customer is number one. You just have to think about your customer. Don't think about personally what you like. Don't think about what this content creator is telling you to do. If your customer doesn't care about that kind of stuff, you don't have to offer it to your customer. A lot of us get lost in the sauce and we kind of forget who's number one. And number one is the customer, because that's the paying person. That's where the money's coming in from. So a lot of what I do is built around thinking like the customer, because I understand the customer is number one in my business. So I put myself in that person's shoes all the time. When I design stuff, I'm thinking of the customer. All right, what would I react to? What would I like to see? As that paying customer, what am I paying for? What's gonna grab attention? When I'm looking for fonts, I'm looking for fonts based on a certain customer. All right, I need a font that looks like this. And now I'm just browsing. I'm clicking at fonts. I'm looking for fonts. That's all I'm doing, based on a customer, based on a design I want to do, and based on a design I want to offer a certain customer. That's all it is. Blank t-shirts, hoodies, hats, whatever I'm ordering, the customer's in mind. If I know my customer base likes 6-panel structured hats, that's the hat I'm offering. I'm not going to offer a 5-panel camper if that customer has never worn a 5-panel camper in their life. How do I know that? I look on their social media. If I don't see them wearing a 5-panel camper, I'm not going to offer them that. You know what I mean? If I see them wearing 6-panel structured hats, that's what I'm gonna offer them. Personally, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm just giving them exactly what they want and what they're used to wearing. That's where making the sale comes a lot easier for you. And that's what a lot of people that create content haven't figured out yet. They understand the mathematics behind it. They understand the thought process behind it, but they haven't really cracked that code either. You know what I mean? They haven't figured out who to sell to, because there's no direction behind what they're creating. My direction comes from the end user. Everything that I make, I'm making for a certain audience, right? When you create a brand, you're creating a brand and a lifestyle for a certain audience. Obviously, the main goal is to have the whole world wearing your stuff, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, on a very, very small level, there's a certain individual that you're selling to. That's just the reality of things. There's so many people out there that are still thinking big picture, want the whole world to see this stuff, and it's hard for them to get any sales because they're trying to sell to the world. It's way easier. I found out it's way easier to sell to a smaller group first and then expand from there. So that's what I do. My main goal is to try to take over a certain small group of people and then expand and then start building up from there. Now I have a core audience that likes what I do. Now I could actually expand the business and grow the business a little bit more because that core audience is still buying from me. So that gives me the freedom to start building up, offering more things because I have a small loyal following, right? If I was trying to sell to a million different people, it's very hard to get all million people on board with you, but it's way easier to get a small 100-something people to back you and follow you and get on board with what you're doing. And then you start growing the army from there. You know what I mean? That's my thought process when I do this. I don't even know if anything I shared in this video is helpful or beneficial, but if you picked up anything from this video, is understanding your customer is key to making sales. Whatever method you have to do to learn more about your customer and do research about your customer and understand your target audience, that's the biggest part of this whole thing. Selling t-shirts, it all comes down to the customer. It doesn't matter what transfer you use or what heat press you use or how you created the t-shirt. What matters most is the customer that you're selling that t-shirt to. So for myself, I like to make the sell easier by knowing my customer and then offering my customer exactly what they want. You know what I mean? If you got any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments. If I confused you with this video, leave it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.